I'm home. Are you in? Ah, there you are. Hello there, beautiful. Come here. Let me give you a hug. Gods. Who needs them? No, you don't need me. You want me. It's not a bad thing, sweetheart. You don't need me in your life, but you want me in your life, and that is very, very much appreciated. I enjoy being in your life. You are, by far, my favorite devotee. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful to you for, well, everything, really. Yeah, I'm fine. Why do you ask? When I start getting all philosophical like this, it means there's a problem. I'm not being philosophical. I don't know what you mean by philosophical. Nothing philosophical about being wanted by my favorite devotee. The one that I'm actively dating. No, nothing went wrong at the temple. Honestly, everything's fine. I don't quite understand how I'm getting the 3rd degree all of a sudden. I've just come home. Usually it's me giving the 3rd degree to people who... Me, damn it. Why are you just so in tune with me? Yes. You're my favorite devotee. And part of my blessing to you was to have a deeper connection than any devotee has ever seen with me. Ah, Pantheon, damn it. I shouldn't have done that. That's me. That's my fault. Big shocker. A god gets it wrong. Pantheon, damn it. Did I say that out loud? Bollocks! Alright. I give in. The cat is, as they say, out of the proverbial bag. So... Temple was awful. Like, I enjoy connecting with my devotees, of course I do, but it's difficult when all I hear is the same thing over and over again. You know, the number of times I've had people come to me for help with something that I'm not the god of. People have asked me for help with their schoolwork. I'm not a god of domesticity. People have asked me for help with their love life. That's not my jurisdiction either. There's only so much I'm able to do. I can give willpower and strength, of course, but these devotees, they seem to think that I'm I get that they sometimes come to me because they don't feel like anyone at home, mother, father, carer, guardian, siblings, understand them, but there's only so much I can do as a father figure, a brother figure, a guardian figure. I'm not omnipotent. I've never made any claims of being this all-knowing, all-powerful, all-seeing creature. I have my limits too, you know? I have my flaws. And I admit to that. And sure, I don't always act upon improving those flaws. Being a god, it breeds this sort of, I hesitate to use the phrase spoiled rich kid syndrome, but for want of a better word, that's kind of what it is. Being a god, you kind of start to, you feel the disconnect. You can't help it, you're not in control of it, you don't want it to happen, but it's there. And the longer you spend as a god, the further and further you get away from that humanity. And it's... I had no less than 6 people, 6 devotees, come to my temple to ask me one question. The same question. The question: no god who holds no domain over the underworld wishes to hear. Why? Why did you not look after my grandma when she had Alzheimer's? Why did you take my father? Why did you take one of your own? Why did you decide my girlfriend's time had come? That's not fair. That's not my domain. I'm not a god of life, I'm not a god of death, I'm not the keeper of the underworld, I don't keep a heaven, That's not me! I don't choose this stuff! I don't choose who lives and who dies! Could you imagine if I was to just say, yeah, do you know what? That person is on the brink of death. They don't need to die just yet. Do you know how many times I would do that? I tried doing it once. Let me tell you, there's a reason that mythology was completely struck from the record. It was not pretty. I don't choose who lives and who dies. I don't have any control over that. But they blame me. Why? Why am I the scapegoat? I'm not perfect, I know this, but I'm not this monster that they all seem to paint me as. Because apparently I've decided that it's someone's time, or that I decided not to help someone in their time of need. If I could, I would help them all with a complete disregard for my own well-being. If I was able to, but I'm not. Do I look like that pompous, arrogant prick who is so fucking selfish he needs to have 3 fucking cults worshipping him? And not only that, each one of them seems to think that they don't all worship the same god, and yet they still do. They all worship the same fucking guy. How can you humans deceive yourselves so thoroughly into thinking that 3 different groups worship the same god, but convince themselves that you all worship someone different? I don't get it. How can you lie to yourselves so thoroughly? Oh, Pantheon, damn it, I'm a fucking mess. Oh, I'm so sorry. I kind of blew up there a bit, didn't I? Oh, gods, don't cry. Why am I crying? Gods shouldn't cry. We're meant to be aloof and self-centered and you're just saying that. No, you're just saying that because you're my favourite devotee. Yes, I know, it's not my domain, If it's not my fault, then why do I always get blamed? Why is it that they always blame me? Whenever something goes wrong in their life, when all I do is just try and help. Humans find it easier to gaslight a higher power. Well, I certainly do feel like I've been lit on fire. Of course I don't want them to suffer. But they just don't seem to see that. I've done all that I possibly can within my power. How can I? How can I have any control over what happens in their lives with their loved ones and with jobs being lost? And I mean, people pray to me for protection against this pandemic, and it's like, I'm not a god of medicine. My blessings don't extend that far. You've got the means to protect yourselves on your mortal plane. We gods gave you that ability. We gifted you the knowledge to protect yourselves. Because yes, we created the world that you live in. We created you. But just like how you humans have your children and you raise them and you try to instill what you think are the right ways to live your life in them, there comes a point where you step back and you say to them, I can't do anything more for you. It's got to come from you now. That's what we've done. Over the last couple of 1,000 years, we've been trying to get you ready to strike out on your own. And we're here if you need us, of course, but we can't just hold your hand. I would love to just carry you through life and give you everything that you need and want, and I would do that in a heartbeat. But I know I can't, because it would completely undo everything we've tried to do for you humans. It's getting hard. It's getting hard to want to be there anymore. The fact that I'm crying over the fact that people have lost loved ones shows I'm a kind, benevolent God. Well, of course I care. I care very much about my devotees. I just... I didn't realize how much I needed a hug. Do you really think that? Do you really think that I'm a good, benevolent God? Even though I seem to be failing in my duties of care to my devotees. Well, yes, I do. I do try to help in areas that even aren't my domain, but no, you're right. You're right. Oh, Pantheon, damn it, I am an absolute mess. Oh. I'm sorry I'm so sorry that I unloaded all of that on you. Yeah, it's been going on for a while. How long? About 5,000 years. Hey! Gods have got to be able to hold their emotions, you know? I can't show weakness like that in the Pantheon. They chew me up and spit me out. Quite literally in some of their cases. Yeah. You're right. You're right. There are things that I just can't control, and even though people seem to think that being a god I've got more power than I actually do, it's not my fault. And I do still try to be there for as many of my devotees as possible. You're right. You're always right. Damn me for giving you that connection to me. Do I want an oracle? An oracle? Why would I need an oracle? Someone to sit in the temple and tell my devotees why it's not my fault, and the ways that people can help themselves. You know, that's it's not a bad idea. An oracle. Yeah, that might actually... that might work. Then when people come to me and ask, why did I take someone I didn't, the oracle could help them to grieve their losses. Oh, darling, you are wonderful. Do you know that? When I gave you that blessing of an attunement to me, did I also give you the gift of omnipotence? But who would I get as my oracle? It would have to be someone really devoted to me. It would have to be someone who understood me on a really personal level. I need to find someone who really sort of gets where I come from as a god and what I stand for, and you brought up the subject so you could volunteer. Oh, darling, I couldn't possibly ask that of you. No. I know you're volunteering, but I can't. I can't make you my oracle. That's a lot of responsibility. No, you don't understand. That means that you've got a lot of responsibility. That's a lot. To borrow a phrase from the greedy three-coat prick, that's a lot of crosses you'd need to bear. Are you sure you'd be up to that? That's not what I said. No. Don't twist my words. No. You're one of my devotees. You're not one of that prick's devotees. You're not twisting my words like his words got twisted. Zip. No, I'm not saying don't become my oracle because it means you'd be away from home, because I miss you, but Pantheon, damn it. Yes. I meant everything I said before, but also you'd be away from home a lot. You'd be in the temple a lot of the time. And I'd miss you. Aww. You'd miss me too. Yes, I know. You'd be around at times when I needed you. pantheon. Damn it. Well, before I make you my oracle, could we spend just one nice, big, long night of cuddling and enjoying each other's company and... Oh my god, say that again. Binge watching anime for the next couple of millennia. I love you. Let's make it a night that lasts a millennium to binge anime, yeah? And then tomorrow morning you'll start your new life as my oracle. Come here. I love you, my favorite devotee.